Hello there, good people of the world. Welcome to another Flight Sim Safari video. I am back from my family vacation in Scandinavia. It was awesome. It was a great trip. We did a road trip with our camper van, almost 4 weeks. So we're back. I'm still trying to catch up with all that happened in between. Um, One quick remark about because I did a video series for you guys while I was away. I posted 4 videos with some kind of review of the PNG bush strip pack from Ken Hall. And I thought that he did pretty good work. He picked some of the most well-known and iconic airfields on Papua New Guinea, and he enhanced the default scenery from Flight Simulator with some huts and villages that surround these airfields, and he also cleaned up the airfield approaches so that it's easier, so that there are no trees in the way, which happens quite often in the default scenery from Flight Sim. So he cleaned it up, he made it prettier. One of the things that I was criticizing was the fact that it was pretty static, all of it, because he added huts, and he added all kinds of animals and some fences and some people, some characters, but almost all of it is static, not moving at all. And I was also a bit disappointed about the variety of the 3D models, and at every single airfield you would be able to see the same huts and structures and buildings and all that. So while I think it was nice to have some additions to these airfields to make them feel more real, still he could have put in some more work, adding some more variety. Well, while I was away, so that was the 4 videos that I created. 3 of these packs were for Flight Simulator 2020, and one pack was created specifically for 2024. So while I was away, he actually updated 3 of the older packs, the 2020 packs. One of the update notes was that he added more huts. I took a look at a couple of these airfields, and I have to admit I wasn't able to see that many more huts. Actually, at two airfields, I wasn't able to make out any changes. So he might have added something. It's commendable of him to do that and keep his products updated. He also did some architectural updates because of the ortho scenery, something like that. But still, I wanted to give you guys an update that he's working on it. He's actively updating his packs, even the older ones that were created for 2020, and that's 2 thumbs way up. So Ken, keep on going, and maybe you have the opportunity to add some more variety to the buildings, and maybe put in some more things that are a little animated, or I don't know, some background noise, whatever. Anyway, that's the little update to the 4 video series that I did. Today I'm not going to do a whole lot of fancy stuff, just a couple of flights for the bush divers. Virtual airline, I guess. I've picked up two charters from which go from Mount Hagen to Bank Airstrip. We need to fly at least 10,000 feet, the minimum that we should be flying, because around Mount Hagen the mountains are quite big. I'm going to give you a quick look onto the map. We're currently at Mount Hagen, as you can see here, and we're going to fly over to Bank Airstrip. This particular airfield is located on a ridge, which makes it rather easy to approach, I would guess. We're gonna do a flyover, take a look at what it looks like, but I haven't been here, so we're gonna do a flyover, take a look at the airstrip itself. We'll see when we get there. We've picked up our passengers, 2 different charters, 9 passengers in total. Let's go ahead and start her up. Here we go. That's it. Open the fuel valves, make sure this thing can actually start up. Let's take a look at the NG value. It's above 14, so we can start to introduce the fuel. NG peaks out at 6:45. That's good. The engine is still cold. We're going to turn off the second artificial horizon to gain some FPS. We can turn off the ignition and the starter and put the auxiliary fuel pump on standby. So, turn on the lights, nav lights on, taxi lights on. I'm sure I'm going to forget to turn it off, as usual. So, we're going to set the autopilot to 10,000 feet. That's our minimum, since we're only going to fly like 30 miles. There's no sense in going any higher. We're going to set an initial climb rate of 1,200 feet. And we'll enter our destination, which is Alpha Yankee Bravo Juliet. Alpha Yankee, come on. Bravo. Oh, dude. Juliet, Bank Airstrip. There you go. Okay, we're going to set CDI to GPS and nav and all that, and we're going to find out about the approach once we get there. Let's talk to Moresby first. Moresby, Kodiak, Papa 2, Delta, Foxtrot, Delta, good morning.
Kodiak, Papa 2, Delta, Foxtrot, Delta, Moresby info, good morning, Bradsby, Kodiak. Go ahead with your request.
Moresby, Kodiak, Papa 2, Delta, Foxtrot, Delta is on ramp at Mount Hagen. Request VFR to Bank Airstrip, Alpha Yankee Bravo Juliet at 10,000, northeastbound departure with information Tango 10 POB.
Kodiak Delta, Foxtrot Delta, cleared VFR to Bank Airstrip at 10,000 feet. Northeastbound departure approved. Report airborne.
Delta Foxtrot Delta would like to request flight following.
Kodiak Delta, Foxtrot Delta, Squawk 3253 for flight following. Departure on 124.9er. Expect runway 26.
Squawk 3253, departure 124.9er, expecting runway 26, Delta Foxtrot Delta.
Kodiak Delta, Foxtrot Delta, read back correct.
Okay, so we're going to contact Mount Hagen Tower. Mount Hagen Tower, Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta, on ramp, request taxi to the active.
Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta, runway 26 taxi via Alpha, cross runway 12, then Alpha, cross runway 08 at your discretion.
Runway 26 via Alpha, cross runway 12, then Alpha, cross runway 08 at my discretion, Delta Foxtrot Delta. Okay. Let's go ahead, full forward. We're going to set the takeoff trim already, lower the flaps to 20 degrees so we don't forget it. Release the parking brakes and head for runway 26. We don't see any kind of traffic that we could run over, except the guy who doesn't even, you know what I mean. So there's this guy, whatever he's doing here. You're in the way, buddy. You're not supposed to be here. So there's taxiway Alpha. We're gonna cross runway 12, make a left turn. Head on over to the crossing here. Alrighty, it looks like a beautiful day. I have, so there's the right turn for runway 26. I have real weather turned on today, so that's what's actually happening on Papua New Guinea at Mount Hagen right now. As you can see, there's almost no wind here, as opposed to our destination. There's supposed to be quite some movement in the air. Mount Hagen Tower, Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta is ready for takeoff. Runway 26 north, eastbound departure. Make a quick check.
Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta, runway 26, winds 350 at 3, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, 26 Delta Foxtrot Delta. So let's line up. High idle, prop full forward. We have set the flaps, we've set the takeoff trim, autopilot is set, transponder is set, and we're good to go. Let's wait for the torque to build up and then release the brakes and hope for the best. Airspeed's alive. We've got 50, we've got 60, we've got 70, and we can rotate and take off. Okay, I think we can raise the flaps one notch to gain some speed here. Trim the nose up a little bit, just a little bit. You know what, trimming up the nose a little bit is very nice. 95, we're going to raise the flaps entirely and make a left turn towards our destination. So we're gonna call Moresby. Moresby, Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta just took off from Mount Hagen en route to Bank Airstrip, climbing to 10,000. Request flight following.
Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta, radar contact.
We're going to climb rather quickly. Here's a nice, since Sim Update 3, here's a nice bug fix that was implemented. I was criticizing all the time that the G1000 implementation in the Kodiak, which was developed for 2020, of course, but still works very nicely in 2024, that it didn't have these the purple gates inside the Garmin system. I think they're called pathways, and now suddenly after Sim Update 3 they're showing up, and I thought, yeah, finally, because I could see them in my second most loved plane, which is the Islander, the BN2 Islander. I could see the pathways, but I couldn't see them in the Kodiak. Now I have them finally, which is awesome. So they actually did something useful in the last update. I'm going to activate the autopilot. We're going to pull back to 2000 RPM. So I actually decided that I wanted to cut my videos, at least the videos that are that are not a recording of a live stream. I recognize, I acknowledge that it's boring for most people to just watch me flying without the cruise level flights where nothing happens. It's not very exciting. So I'm gonna cut away the stuff that nobody's interested in. If you see cuts inside the video, you know why. So let's cut back on the torque because we're flying level already. Make sure that we don't use more fuel than 300 pounds per hour. 20 miles to 30 miles to go. Let's talk about the approach. We're not gonna put in any kind of approach because we want to do a flyover of the actual. Usually I'm putting in approaches on the Garmin system because it's nice to know, to get the direction of the runway that you're actually aiming for. But since we don't yet know what kind of runway we're going to choose because of the wind situation, I would say that we're not going to insert any kind of approach. We're do a flyover and then make our final decision.
Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta, say destination.
Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta has destination Bank Airstrip, Alpha Yankee Bravo Juliet. Okay, 16 miles to go. The airfield is at an altitude of 6. Oh, wait a minute. Oh no, it's at an elevation of 4,000 feet. So we can actually, taking a look at the map here, I would say that no, we're not going to
Kodiak
descend
Delta Foxtrot Delta, Bank Airstrip Airport at your 1 o'clock, 13 miles. Change to advisory frequency approved. Radar services terminated. Squawk VFR. Take care.
Squawk VFR, the frequency change approved. Delta Foxtrot Delta, have a good day. Bank traffic, Kodiak Papua Delta Foxtrot Delta is inbound from the southwest, 10 miles to land, entering the circuit at left downwind, runway 29 probably. Bank traffic, bank. Okie dokie. Let's take a quick look at the approach itself, if there are any trees in the way. Yeah, it would be pretty messy trying to approach from the other side, so yeah. It was actually cleared out. Look at that. The approach might be pretty easy to do. There are no trees in the way as long as we come in this way. That's pretty good. Bank traffic, Delta Foxtrot Delta is on final runway 29er bank. Reduce the throttle. We want to approach with about 75 knots. Trim the nose up a little bit. Need to find a little gap here to pull us through the trees. That's it. Pull back on the power. Flare. Touchdown. That was a little bit too rough for my taste, but it worked. The plane is not broken. Bank traffic, Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta is clear of the runway back. Bank traffic, Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta is actually taking off runway 11 with southwestbound departure back. Let's build up some torque. There we go, and hope for the best while taking off. Airspeed's alive. We've got 30 knots. We've got 40 knots. We've got 50. We've got 60. We're going to accelerate until the last possible moment because we're quite heavy and we need to jump above these trees. That was pretty close. But we've got 9 POB, so that was to be expected. We're approaching 95. Raise the flaps entirely. Mersby, Kodiak, Papa 2 Delta, Foxtrot Delta just took off from Bank Airstrip on the way to Panga Airport Alpha, Yankee, Papa Golf, climbing 12,500, request flight following.
Kodiak Delta, Foxtrot Delta, Squawk 3253, and ident for flight following to Panga Airport, AYPG. Kodiak Delta, Foxtrot Delta, radar contact, 3 southeast of Bank Airstrip at 5800 feet, Bank QNH 1014.
QNH 1014, Delta Foxtrot Delta.
Kodiak Delta, Foxtrot Delta, Panga Airport at your 12 o'clock, 13 miles. Change to advisory frequency approved. Radar services terminated. Squawk VFR.
Squawk VFR, frequency change approved. Delta Foxtrot Delta, good day. Okay, let's reset to VFR and switch over to the CTET frequency. Panga traffic, Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta is about 12 miles northeast of the airfield. I am going to enter the pattern at left base, runway 16, Panga. I cannot for the life of me see the actual runway. Where the heck is it? Is that supposed to be the actual runway? Yes, it is. What the heck? Huh? Seriously? Oh, yes. Seriously, this is supposed to be the runway. There are planes down there. Okie dokie. Panga traffic, Delta Foxtrot Delta is entering left base, 16, Panga. Okay, I think this here is supposed to be the actual runway. It's difficult to make out. The planes are sitting here. This is probably supposed to be some taxi way or something. Whatever. Pull back on the power. There. Oh, dude. That is a rough runway. What the heck? Okay, set the parking brake. Cut off, shut down. Close the fuel valves and all that. Turn off avionics and lights. And submit the PREP. There we go. Let's see what kind of rating we got for our flights today. The logbook. 7 points, 5 points. The 5-pointer, why did I only get 5 points? The landing was pretty rough, I admit. 5 points, the distance was low. And this one here, the landing was also pretty rough, which I do not think it was, but it wasn't rough at all. Seriously. So that was it for today. Next week, we're going to continue flying our tours over Iceland and South America. So stay tuned and thanks for watching. And if you don't mind, please do give it a thumbs up or subscribe to the channel, whatever you like. I'll be happy, even if you just leave a comment down below how crappy all of this is. Take care. See you soon.